Hey everybody, welcome back to the Vault Hunters Friends SMP. I'm Ozone and we're here in my brand new base. Well, new as in the last episode anyway. And as you can see, I've done a little bit of decorating. I don't know why. I thought a little bit of lava behind the wall there would look pretty interesting. I've also added chains to the lights and created myself a vault portal, and I think that's about it in terms of decorating here. Whoa, what is this? Yoyo's DIY Infinite Lava Source. I don't know how to get it into furnace, sorry. The bottom router pulls the lava. Wow. Okay, so we get some modular routers here and a bucket of lava into a jar. That looks cool. Apparently Yo-Yo saw my video about wanting an infinite lava source for my furnace. Well, for my generator over here. So thank you very much, Yo-Yo. When he becomes active again, I'll have to tell him of that in person. But yeah, it's been a kind of busy week, honestly. I've been running a couple vaults and I went hunting for chromatic iron and just generally kind of busy stuff. I also got everything moved out of the starter house. Not just all my tools and machineries, but, well, even the bed. Everything up here. I basically brought over my whole AE system, just broke the chest and shoved it all in. And as you can see, it's pretty full. Honestly, it's not bad. I've still got 3 drives, I think, that have 0 things into it. So, yeah, we're doing really good. Having this thing full of drives is a great way of doing it. And I've tried to identify things that I have a lot of and put them into my drawer system here. Oh, I also built an energy cell so that when I do throw some lava in there, it stores all that energy up and makes it last for a good long time. But I still don't have the drawer controller that I need in order to access all of this from the A system, and nor do I have a better way of fueling the generator. But it seems like I'm going to have to explore this a little bit more a little later on. Now, also in the last episode, I started working with some of these new AE blocks. And I recorded a whole bunch of it and decided to throw it all away because it was just me kind of muttering about and it wasn't any good. But now that I've had a chance to go through it a little bit, I want to show you what I've got going here. And this is by no means the end-all be-all of the AE capabilities. There's still so much to learn. We'll start with this cell workbench, and it's got a little drive symbol here, so we can drop a drive in here, and apparently we can set certain blocks. Let me get one. So I'll grab one of these empties right here, throw it in, so I can grab some sand and put that in there, and some glass, and now if I look at the drive, it says partitioned, included precise. And I think that if I put this back into the system here, let's grab all of my sand out, and then when I put the sand back in and this glass back in, it looks like it's only going to go into this one. No, it didn't. And yeah, I don't really know how this works. I get the idea. It's basically a filter, but again, still don't know how it works. And unfortunately, the bottom line is I don't think I really care. It's nice that it's possible, but I don't think I really care. Because, like I said, I'm really only storing the minor items in the AE system, and anything that I'm going to have a lot of, I really want to put into drawers. But that's the cell workbench, and as much as I've been able to figure out about it. This, on the other hand, the matter condenser, I have been able to figure out a little bit more about. And this is basically a trash can. It's a free trash can. We don't need the trash can mod if you've got AE unlocked. So let's grab a little bit of vault cobblestone. I don't really care about that. And every time I put one of these in here, a little bit of energy is being stored here. We got 9. Put another one in. Now we got 10. And when this gets to 256, it's going to create one of these matter balls. So it says that takes 256 per item. And as you can see, I've gotten rid of a lot of items. Now we can change this to be a singularity, which is 256,000 items, or just flat destroy them and don't do anything with it. Now, I gotta be honest, I really don't understand what these matter balls are used for, but at the same time, I might as well collect them because I might need them later on down the road. But for now, it's a free trash can, and I can just drop things in there, store up a little bit of energy, and when it gets enough energy, it makes a matter ball. It does take one of these 1K storage units, and I imagine that if I wanted to make one of these singularities, it would take something much bigger than a 1K, but I don't think I care. I don't know why I would care yet anyway. But it saves a knowledge star for a trash can, and that I like. Well, I want to play around a little bit with this modular router infinite lava source. I don't know how he came up with this idea, but I love it. So we've just got a bucket of lava in here, and I don't see any modules that this router is actually doing anything. A faucet, a jar, and another one that's an activator module. So this is just going to right click with the bucket. All right. So we'll take the bucket out. Let's put another bucket in. Oh, one bucket at a time, apparently. Where did the other one go? It probably went out the wall and down the way, I guess, there. But interesting. So somehow this is pushing out the faucet and getting turned into an infinite lava source. It's probably never completely emptying the bucket. Does a jar, I don't know what the capacity of a jar is, but maybe it's less than a bucket. And then this is filling up the buckets. Wow. Very clever. I love it. I've been relying on this lava farm down there that I built fairly early on. I think it's still useful to have a lava farm, but wow, this is so much better. And I never knew a contraption like this existed. So thank you once again, Yo-Yo. I'm going to have to move this. And you know what? I think it would be pretty easy to get another modular router with a pusher and a puller that will just move the lava buckets in between that and the furnace, or the generator, I mean. That seems like that would be very straightforward. So yeah, I think that might solve the problem with the generator. Very clever. I love it. And as I said, in between episodes, I went and did a little mining for chromatic iron. That stuff seems to be just a pain in the bum to get a lot of. Fortunately, I did find a couple really good veins, and I got some 5 stacks of chromatic iron from them, which is really great. But the nice thing about being on a server is your server mates have done things, and sometimes you can just take advantage of it, if you know what I mean. And so over here is Yo-Yo's Create Farm. It's a gigantic area, way, way bigger than I think that we are ever going to need. But he's got a crushing wheel active, and I don't need to have the Create mod unlocked in order to utilize it. Just throw my chromatic iron in there, and it'll get crushed down into powder, which doubles the yield. It'll give me 2 powder for every ore. And then bring it over here to one of these smelting setups, and it automatically gets all smelted up into ingots. So even though I didn't take Create and didn't make all this, that's the beauty of being on a server. You can just utilize what your server mates have already done. So, time to grind up some more chromatic iron because this stuff is always in demand. And just like that, my 2.5 stacks of chromatic iron have turned into almost 4 stacks. It's a nice thing. I love Create, and I love playing with Create. He's got a nice collection of the basic machines as he's trying to figure it out, and, well, if he ever wants some help, I'm happy to try to help. But for now, back to the base. And speaking of getting some resources, look at that, 60 chromatic steel. At the end of the last episode, I was absolutely out of chromatic steel, and kind of whining about it, honestly, so I apologize for that. But I was able to complete a couple vaults and a few bounties and get a fair bit of that chromatic steel. It's kind of surprising how much you can get when you're searching for it, either buying it from the black market or picking bounties that'll give it to you. So since I don't have a controller, I think that is something that I definitely think it's time to do right now, because it's a little annoying to interface with my wall like this. I do also have a whole bunch more drawers to try to put up here when I do finally get it done. All right, drawer controller takes a couple drawers, a couple extraordinary Larrys, and the black chromatic steel. Fortunately, I can do all that. I've even got 2 pogs. Amazing. So finally, I only waited till level 42 to get this, but Nice. I'm going to have to put this. Everything's a little close. I can get rid of this row of drawers because the drawer controller needs to go over here close to the AE system. And now the other thing that I need is the interface that I was trying to make. And I think I got really, really lucky and got one out of a mod box. A storage monitor, a storage bus. I think that's the thing. So if we drop one of those things there and then get a cable, I think that's all we need. So let's see if I can see my Larimar. Yay! Yeah, definitely. Hamburger buns, catalyst fragments. It's all in here. Now, the one thing that I do need to do is increase the priority of this. And I don't know how to do that. Priority. There we go. I think it's a high priority. I think the higher, the better. And so everything should go over there now. I also have been waiting for the controller so that I can get everything set up exactly the same. Very nice. Now they're all locked and they've all got the quantities. Oh, it's looking so much better. Okay, so we've got 1984. That was a good year. Let's take 64 out of the vault cobblestone, put it back into the system, and we're back at 1984. Yes, it prioritized the stuff on the drawers before everything else. Like I said, I knew we needed a little bit more room here because I had to get this connected up to the system. And I maybe could have stretched and done things a different way. I might still do that. But I feel so much better having the drawer system hooked up to the AE system. It's like I finally got a full system. I mean, I've only been, a month or two into this series and level 42, and yay, I finally got a storage system in place. And then Yoyo decided to stop on by and say hi. Well, you were busy when I logged in, yes.
Oh, yeah. I was.
Well, I wanted to say thank you for this. This is pretty amazing.
Oh, yeah. I built it, and I don't know how to pull lava out of this jar because what I saw is to put it like I checked it on an iron furnace. I don't know if diamond are any different or whatever you use. It to put like a bucket in, and then the bucket disappeared.
I
So like,
noticed that. I'm running a test over there to see how long it lasts. But it seems like you could just do another activator module to simply activate this bucket of lava to a
yeah.
different
So
target.
that's
Except
what I
that
meant.
would probably just keep doing that infinitely, and the generator would probably always accept a bucket of lava. But, that would just be a lot of processing that it didn't need. I don't know. You could use a modular router with a pickup and receiver type of thing to move it to the other system.
I honestly, if I just unlocked the module routers for like symbols, I've never experienced with it. I want to. I just haven't thought of ways yet
They're
to use it.
pretty powerful,
Yeah, I've
but
realized. I've
I don't
realized.
have a whole lot of experience with it, but
Yeah,
I've
same
always
here. I.
used them for mob spawner farms, you know,
Oh yeah.
to pick
Okay.
up all the mob drops out of the farm. Well, anyway, I love the idea. I guess I've got to go into modular routers so I can actually get it set up somewhere in the base to
Yeah,
and
sure.
play with
If
it and
you.
figure out what it
Yeah.
takes. And of course, after all that, we had to run a co-op vault. So before
Yeah.
we
What's up?
go in,
Hmm?
I want to ask you a philosophical question.
Go for it. I love those. I'm always
What
wrong, but
makes
go
a
for it.
vault run a good vault run? You finish a vault run and you go, "Oh man, that was a bad vault run," or "That was a great vault run." What is it that makes it a good vault run, or what is it that makes it a bad vault run?
Think there's two stuff. If I if I'm like searching for something like in like let's say I'm low on carbon, I need carbon. So if I get a lot of carbon, I'm happy.
Right?
The other one
Okay.
is if I comp it, I'm happy. Like if I complete it and I get a completion crate, I'm very happy. Two stuff.
Okay.
Or if I get really lucky and get a bunch of Omega rooms or something like that.
Well, so the flip side then, if you feel like you've had a bad vault, what is it that's happened that usually makes you feel like it was a bad vault?
If I die, if I have a ton of like close calls to death, I'm not happy. If I die,
Okay.
I'm not happy.
Yeah.
If it's boring, I'm not happy. Like if I just go in, run around for a bit, don't
And it's
call
just common rooms and it's nothing
in
special.
common rooms. Yeah, it's not like I'm dissatisfied. It's just like, eh, it's a vault. We did a vault. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm just trying to dive into this idea of happiness, right? Yeah, what is it? What is it that makes you happy or not happy?
I
Know
think
what I
those
mean?
are my answers.
Okay.
What about you? What about you?
Well, for me, like I think what you were talking about with lots of close calls to death is if I feel like I'm really sloppy, if I'm not hitting the monsters, if I'm making mistakes and just being, being sloppy, that feels really dissatisfying to me. So yeah, and if it's a good vault, if I complete it, that helps. If I'm close to completing it and I can't complete it, then I'm dissatisfied. Um,
Yeah, yeah, those are
um,
always annoying.
yeah, scavs. That's why I dislike scavs so much.
It's
And I
annoying.
think it for me, if I get
Hmm.
even one Omega room,
You're happy?
I'm happy. Yeah. All right, let's go. It
All right,
looks like it's a
Scav.
doable scav for me. I've got drown hide and paper, so wooden and livings, and then one earrings. Oh wait, that's a rare earrings from the gilded. So you
You got
and
that. I've
you.
got four empty jars and two zombie arms. And
All right, well
but we'll see.
let's try to meet up somewhere, and because if we can share
Yeah,
scav
sure.
items, that's always best.
For sure, for sure. All right,
Yeah,
let's run it. You ready?
let's go. Yep.
Let's go.
Well, I know I see I've got one drown hide.
The arms.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I need
Then
those drown
zombie.
hides.
Yeah, drown hide for you. Drown hides, plural. You need one, right?
I need. Oh, you're right. Oh, I've got it then. I'm good. All right, so I have an evening village room.
Ooh. Evening is ornate, right? I think.
Well, I'm going to go down and check. I think it is.
Should be.
So that's like four back from the beginning. Uh, nope, it's gilded's.
Okay, well, you probably get your earrings, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Hard focus
Dang
ornate.
it. Ah, I couldn't get the spawner. Dang it. I'm not doing so good here. This is annoying.
You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Trust. It's a bit crazy, but
I might spend my entire thing in here. I don't know. Are you getting any
it's fine.
woodens at all?
Me, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But did you need 8 more
Uh,
pages, right? I've
yeah.
I've already got all of them.
And so yeah, if I spend the
But
whole
if you're
vault in
yeah, if you're
here
stuck in there,
looking for the earrings, then
gotcha. No, no,
I'll
I've
be
got you.
fine. Ah, dang. That thing literally spawned right on top of me. I hate these storage rooms because I can't see where the spawner is, you know? There it is.
Okay, I've got 8 jars now. Perfect. I'm complete.
I don't know that I'm going to
Have
get the earrings.
have you not got one yet? Oh,
No, I
earrings
haven't.
plural? Wait, you need more than one?
No, well, earring. No,
Okay.
I only need one, but I don't
Okay,
think
then
I've gotten it yet. I
okay,
have.
then I'll
Okay, I
just
have gotten it.
you have got it? Okay, then we're both completed. Perfect.
Yeah. All right. Good. All right, I'm out. Well, now that the vault is done, I guess I got to say that was a pretty good vault. I feel like I didn't do that well in terms of efficiency. I really like to be really efficient about looting things, but we got the objective done. And as a matter of fact, I got it done all by myself. I didn't need any help from Yo-Yo. So that's what I'm after here. I want you to tell me, leave a comment down below, please. What do you think makes a good vault? Or what can happen to say that you've had a bad vault? I mean, aside from dying. Dying is always a bad vault. We'll just say that. I think part of the problem is that people watch like Iskal, and Iskal is just incredible running the vaults, right? I mean, it's his game. He's just so fast and so good at it, and can carry on a full conversation while doing it too. I don't know many people that can carry on a full conversation and make, intelligent statements while also dealing with the chaos of a vault. That's kind of beside the point. But anyway, I want to dive deeper into this. What is it that makes a vault good or makes a vault bad? And so please, leave a comment and let me know. Well, after all that, I think it's time to get a few more quests done. I've been kind of neglecting them because the level progression slows down and the number of quests also slows down. But there's quite a few that I can get done, I think. Just for hitting level 40, it tells us all about the Vault Gods, and that gives us a first trinket. Well, maybe not first trinket because I actually got a trinket in that last vault. But a trinket is cool to have, so let's get that trinket. Next thing up, I want to make this skill altar. I really feel like it's getting late to be late in the game, and I'm starting to get a little tired with my skill set, and being able to reset it all with a skill altar is really, really valuable. So, hey, let's make a skill altar, but first, let's see what kind of charm I've got. Doop, 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 doop. A Valera charm. Now this one, 15% Valera. This was the one that I got in that last vault, a 9% Idona. 15% Valera is pretty darn big, honestly. I'm pretty happy about that. So I think I'll just pop that one on right now. Yay! I got myself a little friend. I got myself a little friend. These guys do, well, I mean, they're important in the vaults, yes, but they're fun to have outside in the overworld, too. But anyway, I was going to work on making the skill altar here, and I did happen to have one lonely piece of red wool in my inventory. Nice, nice, nice. Another one to add. And this one I do actually use. Unlike the wardrobes, I don't use them very much, but this one I do. So, nice. 10 regret orbs. Oh yeah, yeah, I wanted to make this catalyst infusion table in the last episode. I don't know that I could do that yet, but let's give it a shot. I used quite a bit of my steel for the skill altar, but I think this is just going to use up a lot of it. I don't want to use it all up. Oh, I made the wrong thing. I need netherite ingots, not black chromatic steel. All right. Dun 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 dum. Another one. Oh man, my table over here is just full. We'll put it down right there for now. And another quest done. Oh, an inscription table. I don't know that I can do that. I guess let's check it out. Yeah, I think I can do that. Let's get another lectern, block of vault diamonds, and there we go. That'll use up 2 of my black chromatic steel, but again, that's why I'm getting it. Another quest done. They look silly stacked together. And as we get farther and farther up here, we don't have that many more to do. Complete a god altar. No, we'll have to make a point to do that. And then a modifier workbench. That one also might be too expensive. We'll just have to see. Yeah, no, we can do that. All right, let me get the stuffs together for this. So we start with the artisan table first, and then where do we go from there? Just more dust. I've got so much dust. So easy. Okay. Yay! Another quest. Man, I am just getting tons of these things. I need more wall space or something. Well, it's good to be knocking out some of these quests, and I can easily knock out these various seals a little later on. I just haven't bothered to do it. And then that means the last remaining one that we have is the god altars, and they're kind of a pain to do in the vault, honestly. I haven't even tried so far. After the last series, I was really focused on getting the altars done and working on the Divine Paradox Vault, and I got a little burned out on it, honestly. Got quite frustrated with the god altars because they're pretty difficult to do, honestly. But that's just another thing to work on eventually. And now the real question is, how many of these things can I make? And I really don't think it's all that many. Seriously? Only 5 regret orbs. Well, they'll go into my skill altar and be stored there, but I really like to have a whole lot more. Because one of the things that I like to do about right now is to take enough regret orbs to basically bring my skill set all the way down to a bare minimum and save that as a profile in the skill altar. Because it's really cheap to reset your skills in the skill altar. It's like 10% of your level, right? So I can spend 40 skill orbs to bring all of my skills down to basically 0. And then later on, I can come back and spend 4 skill orbs in the skill altar to, quote, reload that empty profile of 0 skills. And it's just so much cheaper. But I only have 33, and that's not going to be enough. Now, I don't usually take it all the way down to 0 skills. There's always some minimum set of skills that I think a person would like to have. Maybe like 4 into heal and 2 into vein miner, and a couple into dash. Because you're probably never going to have a build of skills that doesn't have at least those basic skills in it. So you could maybe get by, maybe I could do it, take it down to 10 points spread out over those 3 skills. I think I'll wait a little bit longer though and try to get some more skill orbs. But that is a task that I always recommend that people do and that I always like to do in my own series. It really makes things a lot better and cheaper later on when you are actually trying to reset your skills and go into some completely different build. Next up, it's time to get into some more knowledge. Look at that, 8 knowledge stars. I think I bought one, but I just got pretty lucky with rooms and knowledges in them. So, yum, 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 yum. Now, what do I want this time around? Honestly, there are so many that I do want. So I'm not sure I'm ready to go into thermal, but I've already decided that thermal is the big mod that I'm going to take first. It's the only big mod that I have no experience in. And like I said, I'm making it a point to take mods that I have no experience with and that I haven't actually used before. I was thinking these things cost 6. But yeah, create costs 6, but thermal only costs 4. I guess let's go ahead and do it. I also want to get into EasyVillagers. I've been needing more and more things from villagers. So let's go into EasyVillagers, and that still gives me 3 points left. The vaults are getting bigger and bigger, and I think a vault compass is just a really good thing to have. Like I said, though, I don't need trash cans because I've got AE, so that's kind of neat. Okay, yeah, the last 2 are going into TorchMaster. And again, I know that other people have these, but I want to be able to put down a big torch here and make sure that there's just no mobs around. They keep spawning up above on the mountaintop, and it's just kind of annoying. So I'm going to make a torch and pop it up there. So TorchMaster has 2 really important things. The Mega Torch, which is pretty expensive to build, requiring an Echo Gem, but this will stop all of the hostile mob spawns around. Very, very handy. But then there's the Feral Flare Lantern, which is also pretty nice and much, much more reasonable. And the Feral Flare Lantern will basically light up a few chunks around it. I think it does 1 chunk on either side of the chunk that it's in. It basically treats it all as if it's max lighting conditions. And as you can see in here, the light is a little dim. I would kind of like to have it be brighter, honestly. So if we can pop a Feral Flare Lantern somewhere underneath this flooring, that should light everything up nice and big. And like I said, they're pretty cheap. And 1 Feral Flare Lantern done. Like I said, I think I can just pop it down into here. And eventually, it takes a little bit of time, but eventually it should light this place up nice and bright. Sometimes you can watch it and you'll see bright sections pop into place as it starts illuminating things. Like that. Did you see that in the corner? That now got suddenly lit up brightly. Ah, there's another one. Like I said, it takes a little bit of time, but I think it's going to help this area out quite a bit to have a lot more light in it. I'll be happier with the way that it looks regardless. Ah, perfect. Super bright. I love it. And so we might as well go ahead and get the mega torch done while I'm at it. Like I said, it's kind of expensive needing an echo gem, but it's not actually that bad. And this chandelier is just 4 torches. So there we go. And I think that this works like from sky's the limit all the way down to bedrock. Maybe? I'm not terribly sure. I don't even remember where my lantern is. Well, it looks like there's the lantern, but I think we can pop this right here, and there will be no more zombie groanings on the cliffs above and below me. Very, very nice. I like it, and that's why it's a quality of life mod. It's not necessary, but it sure makes life a little easier, doesn't it? But as for thermal, I'm not going to be getting into that this episode. Yeah, I spent the points and got into it already, but I'm not going to try to get into it this episode. First of all, we need some space. But second of all, I'm just not ready to do that right now. I've got a few other plans. Next up, I want to try to do a bit of gambling. Look at this. This is a nearly perfect sword. It's got 3 chaining, a legendary fear cloud, and an almost max attack speed and a max dungeon damage. So this sword is nearly maxed out. The only thing that's not maxed about it is the attack damage. It's pretty low. And honestly, my current sword at 28 attack damage is going to be a lot better. But with 3 chaining, it's like having a whole lot more attack damage if I can get the attack damage up. So I think I want to try to use a few fundamental focuses on this. I do have quite a few, and try to re-roll those bases. I want to get a much higher attack damage. So let's do a little gambling and see what we can get. Getting a little better. I really want up into the 20. It's getting expensive. No, we're not getting any good stuff. And we're out. And I'm back to 13. I used 12 fundamental focuses and did absolutely nothing. Yep, that's how it goes sometimes. I should have stuck with the 18. I got greedy. I wanted a little bit more. And in the end, I got nothing. Well, it was worth a try anyway. It's a great sword otherwise, and I think that I will try to keep at it if I can get some more fundamental focuses as I keep on vaulting. But yeah, that was just disappointing, honestly. Oh no. Well, this one's pretty good already with near max attack damage and nothing else special otherwise. I want to try to get more attack damage in the prefix. If I can get that 18, that'll be a nice sword. So I guess let's gamble. Ooh, there it is. There it is. Let's fill it out. Dweller damage. Not so great, but 36 attack damage on a sword. Yeah, that's much better than my 28 right now. That's going to help out quite a bit. Sometimes gambling does pay off, I suppose. And I guess the last thing to get into in terms of the building is the EasyVillagers. They've got several of these blocks that basically take all the hassle out of dealing with villagers. And I wanted to get into this because I've been needing more and more things from villagers, like getting name tags from one of the book guys and glowstone from one of the clerics. You know, it's just a really good way to have villagers and not have them be making a lot of lag and annoyance, really. Because villagers are annoying. And this converter, makes things so easy and cheap. So that's the first thing up. Let's get this converter done. And this one doesn't even require any vault resources. It's just basic stuff. Easy. The trader, though, that requires a little bit more, but I'm doing pretty good right now on the old chromatic steel and pretty darn good on the Larimar, too. Still got 30 chromatic steel, although it's going fast. And what I really want, of course, is the auto trader. But that takes the black chromatic steel, and that's going to be more resources than I have. Oh, and a pog, of course, as well. Oh my, this requires specifically tinted glass. Huh. Well, it's a good thing I do have a bunch of amethyst. That was something else I did in between episodes, is I went and cleared out an amethyst farm for us, because we really didn't have one. So there we go, 3 traders. And this is another thing I'm really going to want to put into another room, I think. I don't think I want all these things just sitting out here, you know? But for now I'm going to have them just sitting out because I don't have anything else to do with them. And that did not go where I wanted it to go. So we'll take a lectern, and we need a brew stand and a grindstone so that we can trade off all this iron that we get from the iron farm, which the iron farm is also one of the things that you can get from EasyVillagers. It's not that bad, but we got the iron farms, so I don't need it. What I do need are my villagers, though. So 3 little villagers, and so pop, pop, pop. You know, it's kind of like bop, bop, bop song. Yeah. And there we go. Now for this guy, we need golden apples and the potions for the zombie to actually do something with the villagers. So I'll get some of that brewed up a little bit later. But for right now, I can trade stuff. And that's looking pretty good. We gotta build up the trades, of course, but that should be easily enough accomplished. I'm happy to have a little bit of help in the automation department right here in these guys. And of course, once I can get the zombie converter thing all set up, well, then these trades will be cheap. Because we like cheap, don't we? Yep, every one of you out there likes cheap too. I know it. And with that, it seems like I am once again out of video time. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. But remember my question from earlier. Please leave me a comment down below. Let me know what it is about a vault run that makes it good, or what it is that makes it bad. I really want to dive into this a little bit more, and I think my next episode will probably feature those comments. And with that, I'll say thank you in advance. As always, please consider subscribing, giving the video a like, or leaving some other comment if you feel so inclined. Until the next episode, though, remember, be excellent to each other. I'm out.